Good evening. I am Lacy Rice Jr. of the Greater Hardin County Women's Network, welcoming you to the 2022 Hardin County Political Candidates Forum Series, co-sponsored by the Greater Hardin County Women's Network and the Hardin County Branch of the NAACP. Tonight, our candidates are running for District 3 magistrates. Joining us are candidates Michael Mabry and Patsy Whitehead. Tonight's format will be a 2-minute open statement followed by 8 questions. The candidates will have 1 minute to answer each question. To conclude, each candidate has 1 minute to summarize. Tonight's timekeeper is Michele Jones, representing the Hardin County Branch of the NAACP. We had a coin toss to determine who will answer the first question or who will go first. So with that being said, Mr. Mabry, please give us your opening.
Okay, well, good evening, and I want to thank the Greater Hardin County Women's Network and the NAACP for hosting this evening, and also welcoming Patsy to the forum. My name is Michael Mabry, and I want to start with my platform and get into a little bit about myself. I've got basically 4 pillars. One is a comprehensive plan that I think the Hardin County needs to develop and turn into a working plan, a 1, 3, 5, 10, 15-year plan so we can see where we're going. Part of that would be my second pillar of infrastructure with emphasis on public safety. It was actually the reason I decided to run, having come from an emergency services background and hearing some of the challenges that we are facing in Hardin County with particularly fire and EMS. Third is development, responsible development of residential and commercial development in our area. And then fourth is workforce development. I'm originally from Marion County. I moved to Hardin County in 1989 after graduating from Eastern Kentucky University. I grew up in a family of emergency service workers that was always serving our community in Lebanon. I married Jennifer. We've been married for 31 years. We have two adult children. And as I was mentioned earlier, we have 1 grandchild, Kian, and they are proud parents, Caleb and my daughter-in-law, Tammy. As mentioned, I decided to run because of for public safety issues. I think that would be where I could use my experience to help in the District 3 and help actually all of Hardin County. Plus, furthermore, I have a business background after leaving manufacturing, and I want to just in short say you can visit my website, mabryformagistrate.com. There I've posted my resume on the second page, and also my platform is under the page that's titled Vision. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mabry. Ms. Whitehead, your opening.
Yes, thank you so much, Lacy, for having us this evening. Welcome to my opponent, Michael Mabry, and thank you to the Greater Hardin County Women's Network, along with the Hardin County NAACP. Delighted to be here and share my vision with you tonight. I am a graduate from North Hardin High School, as well as ECTC, or back in the day, ECC, and Western Kentucky University. Retired from Nolan RECC after serving there 31 years as communications manager, and was responsible for communicating to the members as well as the internal networks, the employees. So miss that very much and want to get back into the community and serving others, which is one of the reasons why I decided to run for magistrate. Actually, I had planned to do this about 12 years ago, but wanted to wait until I retired to do that so I could have the time and to devote to this important position. My commitment is to listen to our citizens, my constituents, listen to what they want, what they need, what their concerns are, and deliver resolutions. Some of the issues that we're facing right now are, the infrastructure, on the growth and development that's coming our way in the next, few years with the Blue Oval SK plant. That's going to give us so many opportunities, but with that comes a lot of challenges. I also want to focus on transparency and first responder emergency services, that type thing. So I'm here to resolve issues and serve as a reliable voice. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Whitehead. Ms. Whitehead, the first question goes to you. In your opinion, what are some of the most important issues facing fiscal court?
I think, first of all, I want to mention transparency. It's one of my goals to move the fiscal court sessions back so that those that work will have an opportunity to attend and also have an opportunity to voice their concerns during fiscal court. Of course, that must be done in an orderly fashion, and I know that restrictions will need to apply, but transparency is an issue we need to address. Also, the first responders, they're here to protect us and take care of us. So I want to make sure that I help to take care of them and that they have the equipment they need and are compensated for what they do for us. And then the growth and development of our community. We've got to position ourselves and get ahead of what's coming. This unprecedented growth is nothing to sneeze at, so we need to be ready for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mabry, same question.
Okay, thank you. And I'm going to join in with all the candidates that it's this pending growth that we've got that's going to have an impact on our infrastructure. While at the same time, it's what I call the perfect storm. Our fiscal court members, we're going to lose up close to 80% of turnover on our fiscal court voting members. That includes the judge executive. And I've said you might as well consider that's a complete change to the team in January, all while we've got this growth coming. So that's the thing I think is going to be one of the major issues facing fiscal court. We're going to have to hit the ground running. I'm already doing that by attending various meetings. And as I said the other evening, if I'm elected on November 8th, work continues November 9th, not January 2023. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mabry, in what ways do you plan to benefit your district?
Well, first and foremost is my enthusiasm for business matters. I've owned a business now close to 10 years. Before that, I was in manufacturing locally for close to 20. That involved a lot of community involvement. I think for first, it's having a human resource background. It's being able to listen first and speak second as we talk to constituents. I know with my past efforts, there's no doubt that I'm going to try to represent District 3 residents in whole of Hardin County in a fashion that we're going to do as much as we can with as little as possible, stretching that tax dollar and just trying to grow Hardin County in a responsible, lean, progressive way. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Whitehead, same question.
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. In what ways do you plan to benefit your district?
Okay, well, let me emphasize, I am a certified communicator. I've been nationally certified through a communicators program, and I've been communicating through NOLA RECC and other avenues for over 30 years. So my area of expertise is building relationships and making those connections in the community that are so vital and important to getting things done. And I have, of course, already started doing that, not just in the community, but specifically in District 3, listening to their needs, their issues as what they find important. A lot of the comments I'm getting are road infrastructure and that kind of thing. But I've been keeping up with what my constituents want, and I intend to listen and resolve those issues to the best of my ability by communicating. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Whitehead, what is the most important issue facing your district?
What I'm hearing from the folks out there are the roads, the conditions of the roads. They're in bad repair. They're narrow. They're dangerous. They need a lot of work. That is important, and I realize that. But I also believe that the growth in Hardin County is going to affect my district, just as it is the entire county. So we need to be positioned in my district to take care of housing needs, educational needs, daycares, medical needs, first responders, that kind of thing. I think that's going to affect every district, regardless of where you're located. So that's an issue that I'm focusing on right now too. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mabry, same question.
Yeah, and I would have to say, I go out and talk to constituents, and you talk about various matters and roads. We always come back to roads, and I haven't been out in the district. It's evident that they need attention. I'm going to go back to public safety infrastructure that impacts both the city of E-Town and unincorporated areas. And that's, again, what caused me to enter this race. I've been monitoring radio communication since December of 2020. I've had conversations with county government officials on several occasions through 2021. We have got to, it's time for next generation EMS. It's time for next generation fire. That impacts both the city and the unincorporated areas of Hardin County, the Northeast area. So that would be, I think, number one.
Thank you. Mr. Mabry, how will you work with the city government or governments in your district?
That's a simple one for me. I've worked with the city government when I was in industry for 20 years. We were a part of our challenge in my department was government relations. So I've had past time work with Mayor Walker, Goodman, Mayor Berger, Mayor Wilmoth. We were instrumental in the Sister City program with Corey Machi. Working with Charlie Bryant, great guy, and city manager now, Ed Pope. And more recently, since my filing, I've met with Mayor Jeff Gregory. I've met with Terry Shipp, business development officer, and I've been attending city council meetings. I've been to about 2 or 3, not very many, and I'm planning to go Monday. So I'm definitely going to be in tune with the city. That's something that's quite comfortable with me, and they need to be included in Hardin County matters. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Whitehead, same question.
Well, I personally know everyone on the city council at this time, and I know all of them, just about all of them, not completely, but just about all of them that are running as candidates. So I feel like I have a good relationship with those folks. Not only am I friends with them, but I've worked with them on different and various community projects in the past. So I think those relationships and building partnerships with city government through the county government and getting things done together as a unit rather than separately will only benefit the entire county, city as well as county. So I'm going to continue my communications with those folks and do the best that I can to make sure that we all work together to get things done. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Whitehead, what benefits can you bring your district from your seat on fiscal court?
The benefits that I can bring my district would include my personal characteristics of accountability. When I say I'm going to do something, I will deliver. I will do it. I'll do my best to deliver solutions. I have tremendous leadership experience, not just personally, but also within the community. So I consider myself a proven leader. I have great connections with the youth in our community and have helped a lot of those young people and mentored a lot of those young people. And I will benefit this county by working very hard to maintain a reasonable and balanced budget and make sure that that money is spent well for our citizens in Hardin County. I can promise that. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mabry, same question.
Yeah, one thing I want to assure my constituents or District 3 residents, and as a matter of fact, all of Hardin County, that I will represent them on fiscal court. I'm a big believer first and foremost, I'm not a politician. This is my first time into this, and I don't plan to turn into a politician. I know that I want my constituents to know I'll be working with government and I'll be bringing their majority opinion there. And I know when we make decisions, I'll have to face constituents afterward. And also, too, in addition to that, for my background in human resources, I do have a cooperative spirit, consensus style management. And I want everyone to know that I'm going to do everything, regardless of parties. That ends November 8th to work with magistrates and the new judge executive so we can get this government going. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Mabry, please give examples of working with others in a bipartisan manner.
Oh, well, that's going to be an easy one. I hope it's an easy one. So, no, it's a good question. First and foremost, the biggest working relationship I got is with my wife, who's been a conservative Republican since the age of 18. Her pride was when she got to reelect Ronald Reagan his second term. So that's one. Past that is her sister, Nancy Tate, state representative for Meade County, Radcliffe. I helped campaign for Nancy in 2018. Again, she's getting ready to enter her third term into the state. Folks that know me understand I'm not about partisan politics. I don't focus on that. It's a waste of time. And I will not participate now or particularly after November 8th in any type of partisan effort. It's about Hardin County, and people that know me understand that. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Whitehead, same question.
Yes. Well, I'm going to just kind of talk about some of the things that I've been involved with that I didn't care what party anyone belonged to, or even if they even had a party. I have been a hospice respite care volunteer. I've served on the Hospice of Central Kentucky Board. And that certainly, we don't ask folks that are nearing end of life what their party is, and we really don't care. I did that for several years. I have also served as board chair for CASA of the Heartland, which is it's a court-appointed special advocate for neglected and abused children. Certainly don't ask them and don't care. There are many United Way. I've served on many functions and leadership boards for our community that are bipartisan. No one even cares if you vote when you're helping folks like that. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Whitehead, please share any experience you have with other candidates who are running for magistrate positions.
Okay, well, let me start out by saying I met Michael Mabry just during this election process, and he's been quite the gentleman, and we are now, I consider, friends, and will continue to be. I have known Gary King for years, probably more years than I will admit. Of course, he's not running for another term this year. I know Fred Clem very well. He is running for position back on fiscal court. I know Keith Tall went to school with Charlie Wise and some of his family. Although now Charlie Wise is older than me. I want to stress that. I graduated with Roy Easter. Kendrick Bryant, who's running for magistrate, I mentored him when he was in high school in a youth program that he was involved with. So I know probably all of the candidates in some way or another, and consider myself friends with all of them. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mabry, same question.
Well, I want to thank Patsy for that kind compliment, and I appreciate that, and continue to plan to do the same as we go in these next 4 weeks. Actually, being new to this, most everybody, including Patsy, has been new to me, new acquaintances in running this. And, I've got current, Lisa Williams, Bill Wiseman, and others on fiscal court that are not running again. Of course, Bill's running for the city. If I could go outside the magistrates group, Charlie Wise and I served together. He was finishing up Central Hardin, and I was just starting to begin. So we served at Central Hardin together for a few years. And that's basically sums up my experience with other candidates.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Mabry, who will be the prime driver of your positions and votes on fiscal court?
Again, that's a simple answer. It's going to be District 3 residents. We represent the majority opinion, and that will be the first and foremost driver. Now, with that comes our responsibility of educating as well. So as I mentioned earlier tonight, it's listen first, speak second, and I intend to do that. Past that, we've got to understand that we have what I call subject matter experts in county government. Those are the leaders of the various departments that run that. So I think after November 8th, I think it's time for us to hear from them to get orientations going quickly. I've talked to a few of the departments. I've opted to stay away from some just out of courtesy for all the candidates running and trying to get in there. But they'll be number 2. District residents, number 1. Majority of the opinion of District 3. And then after that, department heads, people that do that job every day. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Whitehead, same question.
Again, I think that's kind of a given. We have to listen to our constituents. That's what we're wanting to do to begin with. That's why we want to serve. And it's important to know what your voters want, what your citizens want, your constituents. They are going to be putting one of us in office. It would either be me or Mr. Mabry, and we need to pay close attention to what they need and what their issues are. So that is my number 1 driver. I intend to build relationships, of course, outside District 3, because once I'm elected, not only will I be representing those folks in District 3, but I'll be representing the entire county, and I want to listen to what everyone has to say and bring their voice forward on fiscal court also. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes our primary questions for the evening. Ms. Whitehead, please give us a 1-minute summary.
Okay, I'm ready to go to work. I've been retired almost 4 years. I've got all this energy. I'm an energized person anyway, and I'm ready to go to work for Hardin County citizens. I've got the time, I've got the ability, and I've got the passion. So I'm hoping that come November 9th, I'm ready to go to work November 9th, that I serve this county as their magistrate. I don't see this as a job. I see it as an opportunity to serve our community. I've been doing that my whole life. I have always been a servant to this community, and that's what I intend to continue doing with the trust of Hardin County District 3 voters. I hope that I can continue to serve, and I'll do the best I can for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mabry, your 1-minute summary, please.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to first thank all the viewers for spending time watching the video forum, this video forum. I do want to take a few seconds just to redirect folks to my mabryformagistrate.com. It's all spelled out, no numbers, mabryformagistrate.com. And again, I've posted my resume on there on the second page, About Michael, personal and professional page. Everything that I've done since graduating from Eastern Kentucky University and moving to Hardin County in 1989. So I encourage everybody to go there and look at my career, as well as my platform, which is titled Vision on the website, is on there. And I just encourage everybody to go there. Again, thank you all for hosting us this evening. And I look forward to continuing talking to residents and county folks as we continue this campaign. Thank you.
Thank you. We thank each candidate for participating. We ask that you, the voter, consider what the candidates said tonight before making a decision. Do not vote simply because you know someone or because someone else refers a candidate to you. Use the information presented to make an informed choice. Thank you. And on behalf of the Greater Hardin County Women's Network and the Hardin County Branch of the NAACP, have a blessed weekend.